The woman came to her best friend's house to deliver a phone, but when she opened the door, she was stunned. A pair of very familiar men's leather shoes appeared in her view. She also heard her husband's voice inside. Indeed, her husband had been secretly having an affair with her best friend, and they were calling each other by the names of husband and wife. The sight of them entwined together made Naira feel devastated. She never expected that the husband she loved for so many years would betray her along with her closest friend. In that moment, Naira was so furious she collapsed onto the ground. She realized she had been deceived by both of them all these years. Naira could perhaps bear her husband's betrayal, but she couldn't accept that the woman who ruined her marriage was her best friend. After all, Ally was a sister she grew up with. The two had shown countless signs in front of her before, but Naira never suspected that the people she trusted the most would do such a thing. After returning home, she looked at her young daughter, not knowing what to do. Now that her husband had betrayed the family, she didn't know how to face all of this. The sudden blow felt like a nightmare, because she couldn't accept what she had seen the night before. So the next day, Naira went to Ally's apartment again. Taking advantage of the fact that no one was inside, she wanted to confirm whether what she had seen last night was real. Sure enough, last night, they had prepared a romantic candlelit dinner. Even her husband's personal items were there. What was even more infuriating was that Ally had specially bought couples pajamas. The ironic sight once again pierced Naira's heart. What she saw last night was definitely not a dream, so Naira wandered the streets in a daze the next morning. When she returned home, her mother-in-law saw that she hadn't prepared breakfast, and started complaining. She angrily scolded Naira for running off to enjoy herself, and sarcastically doubted whether Naira had another man outside. Faced with her mother-in-law's scolding, Naira remained silent. Her heart was like dead ash, and she no longer had the strength to argue with the cruel woman. But her half-dead appearance completely angered her mother-in-law. So, Naira, now clear-headed, saw her husband Harun return home from work, but she didn't directly confront him about his infidelity. For the sake of the child, she didn't want to tear apart their relationship completely just yet, so she subtly reminded him not to flirt with other women, and that if she found out he was cheating, she would never forgive him. After warning her husband, Naira arranged to meet Ally. She had always known that Ally was meddling in other people's marriages, but she never expected the man she was with to be her own husband, so she warned Ellie not to go around ruining other people's marriages. Women who do this often end up badly. It would be better to back off before the original wife comes knocking. But Ally had no idea that Naira had discovered her relationship with Harun, and continued to provoke Naira with her words. She believed the unloved person should gracefully step aside. If one clung to a hollow shell of a marriage, it would only lead all three into a miserable deadlock. From that point on, Naira used their child as an excuse to urge her husband to come home early every day. Ally, not wanting to disappoint her own daughter, reluctantly allowed Harun to go back first. After all, they had plenty of time. There would be more opportunities later. Naira thought her warning would make them back off. But the next day, Harun used work as an excuse to go on a business trip. In reality, he was planning to spend time alone with Ally. However, while the two were shopping, Naira happened to catch them in the act, and they were openly showing affection in public. Their sweet interaction was even stronger than that of newlyweds. Naira saw that her husband hadn't changed, still entangled with Ally. She was so angry that she stormed to Ally's apartment, but as soon as she walked in, she saw the disgusting scene. Seeing Naira's emotional reaction,